Today,
Does that make him 30?
I couldn't tell you. In sports today, Rick Wise, he's 9-8. He'll take the mound tonight for the Red Sox as they attempt to bounce back from last night's 5-4 loss against the California Angels. The fireballing Frank Tanana, he's 13-8. Well, he'll handle the mound chores for California. If you know, last night Butch Hobson, the rookie, had a throwing error in the ninth inning that allowed the Angels to defeat Ferguson Jenkins and winning the game by a 5-4 count. In baseball today, in extra innings, it was Cincinnati and Chicago deadlocked at 10. Fred Norman started for the Reds, Pedro Bourbon in the second, Manuel Sarmiento in the fifth, Raleigh Eastwick in the sixth, Will McEnany in the eighth, and Pat Zachary in the ninth. For the Cubs, it was Bill Bonham taking the hill to start, Paul Ruschel in the seventh, Joel Coleman in the seventh, Bruce Sutter in the ninth. Home runs in the game, Jose Cardinal for the Cubs in the first, base is empty, his eighth. Tony Perez for Cincy in the sixth with one on, his 13th. Johnny Bench in the seventh, two on, his 11th. And Ken Griffey in the ninth with one on, his 6th. And that enabled the Reds to come from 10-1 in the third inning to tie it up at the end of regulation at 10-10. On the international front, a 15-year-old Iraqi wrestler has disappeared in Minneapolis, where he competed in the World Schoolboy Wrestling Championships last week. Authorities say friends of the boys said that Abdel Taha Alwan of Baghdad had told them previously that he was dissatisfied with life in his homeland and wanted to live in the United States. Alwan was last seen on Saturday in his dormitory at Augsburg College. A Lebanese student who served as an interpreter during the wrestling tournament told police that a girl might be involved in the disappearance. He also said Alwan told him he had a cousin who lives in Los Angeles. Alwan speaks no English. He's 5 feet 8 inches tall and weighs 165 pounds. And on the hockey front, old friend Don Awrey has been acquired by the Pittsburgh Penguins from the Montreal Canadiens, and that is for cash, a third-round choice in the 1978 draft, and future considerations. And Cornell University announced today that Jay Riley of Newton, Massachusetts, has been appointed assistant hockey coach and manager of the Lina Rink at that university. The 26-year-old Riley is a 1973 graduate of Harvard, where he lettered as a forward for 3 seasons. He was a member of the 1971 ECAC championship team. With the Big Red, he will assist Dick Bertrand, starting his 7th campaign here. Of course, Riley comes from a familiar hockey family, Bill Riley Sr., Billy Riley Jr., Jack Riley, the coach of West Point, and an entire flock of supporting casts.
In football, the New York Jets coach Lou Holtz says Joe Namath will play at least one half or 3 quarters tonight in the postponed delayed grudge match against the New York Giants. Holtz says he has problems, though. With 14 players injured and unavailable for the game, he has a little doubt whether they can beat the Jersey Giants. On the other hand, Jersey Giants coach Bill Arnsparger has fullback Larry Zonka making his New York debut, having signed as a free agent after a so-so journey with the now-defunct World Football League. But the Giants have a problem at quarterback. Whereas Greg Morton is coming off of a leg injury, and backup Carl Summerall has left the team for personal reasons, and I wonder if that had anything to do with his Giants-Patriots game. The Giants look like they might be in a little trouble because Lou Holtz, the coach of the Jets, said that he would not hesitate to leave Joe Namath in the game for the entire contest if the game looks like it's in doubt. So it looks like the Jets are out to win. Now, if you can tell us who holds the career record for no-hits and one-hit games, and the name and the number, 891-1330, and we'll be right back.
Great dining can be found at reasonable prices at the Loft Restaurant, where every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday evening, the Loft features its Dinner for Two special. Start your meal with a crock of French onion soup, hot breads, and a fresh salad. For entrees, choose from such items as steak teriyaki, broiled scrod, and veal cordon bleu. All this served with potato and vegetable, and a delicious dessert ending with chocolate mousse. The entire Dinner for Two is served for only $9.95. Enjoy the garden atmosphere and the great food of the Loft. 2 complete dinners for $9.95. Every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday night at the Loft Restaurant, 144 Moody Street, Waltham.
You're back on your Sports IQ, 891-1330. And we have a guest celebrity on the phone right now. How you doing, Jimbo?
Happy birthday to you.
Thank you. You just gave away our question for tonight. What's happening?
I forgot, right?
You don't win the $2, Jimbo.
You don't win the $2, though. Can't give it to you. What's happening?
Nothing much, man. Just working working and losing some weight.
How much weight are you losing?
Oh, about 10 pounds before I get back.
You gonna lose 10 pounds before you get back?
At least.
When you coming back? 1980?
No, I'll be back on Monday.
Back on Monday?
I'm down here in the Pittsburgh area, man, and everybody's talking about the Steelers are going to win it all again.
Yeah, we read something on the wire yesterday. They are 9-5 choices to repeat as the American Football Conference champions, but you know how we are on your sports IQ. We have another team picked.
Who'd you pick?
We got 9-5. That's the betting odds, right?
All right.
That the New York Giants will not win the Eastern Division of the NFC.
That's a good bet.
And our bet seems rather safe. You know they play tonight.
I agree. Who do they play tonight?
They play the New York Jets in Yankee Stadium
Oh, that's right.
in that annual Big Apple grudge game.
Right, right.
And the Giants don't have a quarterback.
What happened to,
Summerall?
yeah.
Summerall left camp for personal reasons, and I think it was because he looked so bad in the Patriots game that they asked him to leave.
Yeah, I noticed the Patriots lost again last week against San Diego.
Well, it was not a bad game. The other team outscored the Patriots, as you know, we all know, but we bet in point spread, so if you would have bet the Patriots, you still would have lost.
I know it.
So,
I know it.
so tell me what else is happening in Western Pennsylvania.
Well, not too much. Weather, we didn't get any of that hurricane that came through Massachusetts and New York. Weather's been kind of nice, been kind of cool, and things have been pretty good.
That's good. You know, this is his father's phone call we've ever had in our life. You know, this signal is getting awful strong.
Well, see what happened. You guys are I can barely get you on the radio, but I just made it.
You can barely get us on the radio, huh?
But I just made it.
We had the same complaint in Watertown.
Okay, I just want to say hey and let you know everything's cool, and I'll be back in town shortly.
Yeah, before you go off, I got one complaint.
What's that?
You know, like we've been having quite a few phone calls, right?
Uh-huh.
Half of them have been to talk to Jim Nance, and they don't want to talk to us, so they hang up. So I wish you would tell your fans to continue to talk to us even though you're absent.
Well, you tell them to just keep listening, because I'll be back in 3 days.
Yeah, Jimbo, I got one quick question. I hope you can answer quickly.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, yesterday a guy called up, and he wanted to know, and I couldn't answer it for you. I told him to call you Monday, but he went on vacation. He wanted to know how you felt when Mike Hollavac took you out of the football game when you were about to break a record. I think it was 1966, 1967.
I'll tell you who it was against. It was against Houston, Texas in Houston.
Uh-huh.
What happened, I carried the ball about 15 times in the first half, and I think I had about, maybe 70 yards, right?
Right.
So I came out at halftime. I ran the ball 3 times, one time for 57 yards, another time for 20, and another time for maybe another 18, right? So I said to the coach, because I'm close to breaking Lowe's record in the AFL, right? Because we had a couple games left to play.
Right.
So I said, Coach, let me play a little while longer. He said, No, I don't want you to get a big hit.
Yeah.
This is after I, broken the record,
Yeah, well, that means that you didn't feel so good about not being allowed to break the record. That was the guy's question.
Well, I felt good about it. It's just that I wanted to break it by more than 1,458 yards.
Uh-huh. So
And,
what you did, you still wound up breaking the record, though.
Right. The old record was 12:18 by Paul Lowe from San Diego.
Right.
And I broke it, which the new record is 14:58. But I wanted to stay in there because I would hit at least 1,600 if I could.
Right.
That didn't happen.
Okay, well, I'll leave you with this. This is a thought question for you 3 days.
All right.
Baseball.
Go ahead.
A guy got hit in the head while he was trying to score from from third base. Did they call him out?
I think I heard this one. I'll think about that one.
All right, well, let us know on Monday.
Thank you.
Have a safe trip, Jimbo.
Okay, man.
All right, thank you.
All right.
Bye-bye. That was Jim Nance, our other co-host. 891-1330 is the number to call. If you'd like to answer our question, we'll be right back.
And now a message from Nautilus in Newton. Wouldn't you like to increase your athletic ability and at the same time enhance your physical appearance? Do it quickly and efficiently with Nautilus equipment. Nautilus training takes just 30 to 40 minutes a workout and increases strength, flexibility, and cardiovascular endurance. Nautilus uses full-range rotary motion with variable resistance to build your natural strength curves, and these gains are easily applied to any athletic activity. Nautilus has an intense summer program for serious athletes now underway. Come down and give Nautilus a try. You receive a free trial workout that will make you a believer in the Nautilus way to better physical fitness. That's Nautilus in Newton, 160 Charlemont Street, near Route 9 and just off Route 128, at exit 56E, Needham Street. The phone number is 965-0380. Call for more information.
Sam's Outlet, located at 487 Moody Street, Waltham, and 107 East Berkeley Street, Boston, is a unique shopping experience. Sam's is a very different Army and Navy store. Sam's Outlet carries the finest and pre-washed garments, such as landlubber halter jumpsuits, short-sleeve jumpsuits, and a tremendous variety of stylish jeans. Also, Sam's has the landlubber dress coat, both long and short-sleeved. Sam's Outlet carries a huge inventory of Wrangler products, such as jackets, flares, straights, lightweights, heavyweights, in both pre-washed and regular denim. Just arrived for immediate selling are Wrangler flared corduroys in many colors at only $10.99. For the sportsmen, Sam's has camping equipment, such as Eastern backpacks, sleeping bags, Converse sneakers, and the internationally famous Spec track, tennis, and basketball sneakers. Sam's Outlet has clothes for the hard hat, too, specializing in brand names like Carhartt and Carter's. The feature of the week is a 100% polyester double knit tennis jacket for only $5 if you mention Jim or Daryl's name. It's a $15 value for only $5, but you must say the secret words, Jim or Daryl. When on Moody Street, visit Sam's Outlet and meet Ron the Rascal, Dynamite Dawn, and Jovial George. Remember, Sam's Outlet, an Army and Navy boutique.
Arthur Blair Associates is one of Boston's most prestigious secretarial placement agencies, specializing in banking, investment, publishing, legal, and media services. And we have a problem. We have too many positions and not enough qualified applicants. Salaries range from $150 to $245 a week, covering metropolitan Boston and a 25-mile radius. Please call 723-8130 or drop in at 19 Congress Street, Boston. That's Arthur Blair Associates, 19 Congress Street, Boston. The number to call again is 723-8130. Ask for Tom Fenney.
Your Sports IQ, WHET 1330 on the dial. Daryl Johnson and Chris Heens with you, and the boss just checked in from far away in Pennsylvania. But I believe we have a phone call. Hello, you're on the air.
Hi, Darryl.
He's right here. Hold on.
Yes.
Darryl, can I have a baseball question?
Can you have a baseball question?
Yes.
All right, I'll give you a baseball question. Baseball, very modern. Do you know what the record for career no-hit and one-hit games are, and who holds it?
There's no hit game?
Right, the career record, and who holds it. So evidently he's a pitcher.
Nolan Ryan?
And no, that's wrong.
Okay.
Did you call yesterday?
Yes.
Good, I stumped you. Did you have a Bob Robertson answer?
Bob Robertson?
Yeah.
No, I had Tim McCarver.
Tim McCarver. Well, you keep listening and, call back and we'll give you another category. Baseball doesn't seem like it's your bag.
Okay.
All right, thanks for your call. Bye-bye. 891-1330. That's the number to call if you think that you can answer that question that I just asked the previous caller. And I've just given you another situation. So if there's a referee or an umpire, what do they have in baseball?
Umpires.
All right, if there's an umpire out there, whether it's pony league or midget league or even professional, what happens if a baseball player is knocked out while he's trying to score from third base by the ball? Is he considered out, or is he safe? Is he awarded a run? I'm really curious. Someone asked us that, and this turned into a situation program right now. We've answered the no S's for professional teams. We've come up with an answer for 3 RBIs without a hit, and maybe this caller. WHET, you on the air?
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
You sound awful sad.
Well, I was going to answer that question you asked about the no-hitters.
Well, go right ahead.
What is it, Sandy Koufax?
No, sir. It's not Sandy Koufax. Baseball does not seem like it's your bag either.
Who was it? Can you tell me?
Who was it?
We can't
No,
give it away.
will you give me $2?
Oh, no.
All right, if you won't give me $2, I won't tell you. Right, could you answer another question for me, though?
Okay, I'll try.
Do you follow baseball?
Yeah, pretty close.
All right. Well, see, I would like to know what happens if a guy's on third base, right?
Yeah.
And he's trying to score, and he gets hit in the back of the head with the ball, and he's knocked out. Is he awarded home plate?
Is it the pitched ball?
No, it's a throw from the outfield.
Oh, yeah, he gets home plate.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Even though he's knocked unconscious?
Oh, he's knocked unconscious and doesn't score.
Right, he does not score.
No, he doesn't.
Why?
Well, it's the same as the guy who sliding and broke his leg, didn't make it back to the base. If he overslid it, they don't give him the base.
Yeah, but see, if he broke his leg, he did it under his own power, and if he gets hit in the back of the head with a baseball, the opposing team hit him in the back of the head with a baseball.
They should have got out of the way.
Well, how can he doesn't have eyes in the back of his head, and they're not allowed to run with side mirrors, so how was he to know that the ball was coming?
Daryl, you're coming up with some awfully weird questions.
Well, I would just like to know. Somebody asked me this.
Yeah, well, if he's running, he's interfering with the play.
He's interfering with the play.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm quite sure he would have ducked the baseball if he'd have known it was coming at
Well, he
him.
must have known if he was going towards the plate. If he knew his baseball, he was trying to score. He must have known they were trying to get him.
I think he's going to be ruled safe, myself, caller. I have a feeling. I realize that when a runner is going from first to second and he's hit, say, by a ground ball, that he's out.
Right.
But I think in a case like this, the runner would be awarded home plate.
Oh.
You think the Sox are going to catch the Yankees? Or do you think the Orioles are going to sneak in?
I think if they keep some pressure on, they might be able to catch them.
With what?
The Yankees haven't been playing with any pressure on them. Now they're starting to lose. If they keep the pressure on, I think if the Orioles keep the pressure on, I think the Red Sox, a long shot, might be able to. That's because I'm a Red Sox fan. I think the Orioles got a possible chance.
All right, we'll put you on record for that then.
Okay.
All right, thanks for your try.
Thank you.
All right, good night. Have a pleasant night, too. 891-1330, you on the radio.
Hi.
Hi!
Hi, my name is Joseph. I'm 9 years old.
Your name is Joseph and you're 9 years old?
Yeah.
My name is Darrell and I'm 30. Is that all right?
That's okay. Can I have a baseball question?
Baseball question. All right, I'll ask you the same one that nobody's been able to answer yet. Do you know what the record is for career no-hit and one-hit games and who holds it?
That's hard. Bob Robertson.
Bob Robertson? No, he was a first baseman for the Pittsburgh Pirates. I do know that now. I'll give you an easy one. You're 9 years old for real?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah.
What year were you born in?
1967.
1967?
A very good year.
Okay, well, this is a very popular nickname, all right?
Okay.
I'm going to give you a popular nickname, so all you have to do is give me his real name. They call this guy the Lip. In baseball, they call him the Lip.
Is he in National League or American League?
He's not playing at all now. He was in the American League, and he was also in the National League. That's too hard?
Uh-huh.
Well, what kind of question would you like for me to ask you?
One in the American League now. It's like for hits and home runs.
Oh, for hits and home runs in the American League now?
Yeah.
Oh, let me think. Oh, wow. I really cannot think of a question that you would not be, that would even be difficult. 9 years old. All right, I'll tell you what. Real hard question, all right, since you're 9 years old. Can you tell me who has won the most games for the Red Sox, pitching-wise, right now? You got 5 seconds.
He's Ferguson Jenkins.
Ferguson Jenkins?
Yeah.
You're wrong again. I tried.
That's right.
That's wrong.
Wrong.
Yeah. He hasn't won the most.
Who has?
Well, I won't tell you who has, but he hasn't won the most. Look it up, all right? Okay?
Okay, bye-bye.
Thanks for your call. 9 years old. Born 1967. Does that make him 9?
A very good year. Red Sox winning the Impossible Dream pennant. I was a senior in high school.
Yeah, and I was right. Ferguson Jenkins has not won the most games on the Red Sox pitching staff, has he?
Are you asking or are you telling?
I'm not really sure now. When he said he was right, he almost made me a believer. I'm almost sure it's Louis Tion. Let's hope that it's Louis Tion. If not, when we'll have a return call from that 9-year-old. 891-1330, if you know the answer to the most no-hits and most one-hit games, $2 bill for you. We'll be right back.
We'd like you to know that every night Magoo Saloon, 1391 Washington Street, Route 16, West Newton Square, shows first-rate, full-length motion pictures, and there's no admission charge. Why pay from $2 to $4 to sit in one seat quietly all night when you can go to Magoo Saloon and watch a great flick while you have a drink or something to eat, talk with your friends, or even have a cigarette if you like, plus free hot popcorn when you purchase a pitcher of beer during the movie. So stop in and pick up a movie schedule or call Magoo Saloon at 527-9553. That's Magoo Saloon, 1391 Washington Street, Route 16, and West Newton Square. You can also catch all the televised sports events on Magoo's giant screen television. Welsh Travel Consultants, specialists in corporate and business travel, invites all travel coordinators and traffic managers to explore the advantages of having Welsh Travel provide your travel needs. Whether you're a one-man company or a large international company, you may need the services of Welsh Travel. Let us evaluate your present method of obtaining airline tickets, auto rentals, or hotel reservations. At no extra charge, Welsh Travel will provide all those services in a more efficient manner. Call Welsh Travel at 237-5707 for an appointment. That's 237-5707.
You're back on your Sports IQ with Chris Haynes and Darrell Johnson, 891-1330. Hello, you're on the radio.
How are you, Darrell?
I'm 30 years old, sir.
I know you're 30 years old and you're getting older.
Yes, I am getting old, I hope.
Hello, Chris.
How are you, mister?
Hey, listen, you ought to call that 9-year-old kid up and apologize to him.
No, I cannot, because there were two people that have won the most on the Red Sox pitching staff.
Oh, before the kid called, when the kid called, it was just one. You said it was Ferguson. Tion, right? Now it's Tion and Ferguson. They both won 11 ball games.
Well,
Why is it your kid?
No, it ain't my kid. If I had one 9 years old, he'd come over and see you.
all right, if he calls back up, then I'm willing to fulfill my obligation.
Okay. Good.
I'll know the voice. I'm not cheap like that. Yes, the kid was half right, so we'll give him $1.
Okay, that's better than nothing, right?
No, if he calls back up, I'll definitely, make the restitution that's deserved to him. Now, what would you like to talk about?
What do you think of the chances of the United States squad in that Canadian Cup?
The United States squad?
Yeah.
I would say,
This is my hockey expert answering the question for you.
caller, that you'd have to rate them a dark horse at best. A lot of people are just talking the Canadians, the Russians, and the Czechs. I think the Swedes are going to be right up there, and Finland is going to be no slouch. I think it should be a good tournament, but I think the United States maybe will finish at best fourth. I'd like to see them do well. They've got some good hockey players, but also they're missing a few that they could have had.
Yeah, that's true.
They have both Howes are missing. Tim Sheehy is missing. Gordy Roberts is missing.
Well, who do they have now in the nets for the USA?
The four contenders for the position, as I understood it, were Mike Curran, the former Olympic team goaltender, and he was also with the Minnesota Fighting Saints. Cap Rader of Needham, who's with the Whalers. Ernie Wakely, who I believe is not a U.S. citizen by birth. However, in this tournament, naturalization, I believe he has obtained U.S. citizenship.
Yeah, that would go for Kurt Bennett too, then, right? Because Kurt Bennett wasn't born in the United States.
Wasn't born in the United States, but grew up most of his life in Providence. The fourth goaltender was out of Minnesota, Peter Lepresti from the North Stars. So they should have a pretty representative squad.
Yeah.
Who do you think's going to win it?
Who do I think's going to win?
Yeah.
I think the Canadians are going to win. I don't think... I've been reading a lot about how the Russians are supposedly changing their style to start playing a little rougher, like the Flyers when they face the Flyers. But I don't think the Russians are really going to... I think they're just going to stick to their basic skillful play,
Uh-huh. Well, you sound like a hockey fan. Would you like a hockey question?
Fire away.
Fire away. If you answer correctly, you'll get $2 bill, all right?
Fine.
And I got the answer right in front of me, so I won't have to hedge this time. Which line scored the highest total points in one season?
Esposito, Hodge, and Cashman.
You're a hockey fan. You're 100% correct, too.
Didn't take long either, did it?
No, I didn't. I should have asked you a football question.
I'm going to predict, caller, on that tournament. I like the Czechs.
I do, too. I like Canada first, but if the Canadians can put it together, like they really had a hassle with Russia back in the, what is that, All-Star series?
The Team Canada
Team
series.
Canada
right.
in 72. I think if Canada doesn't win, I really think Czechoslovakia is going to come in. But I like Finland as a dark horse.
Well, I can't agree with you more. Listen, stay on the line, and our executive producer will take your name and address, and we'll send you a crisp new $2 bill printed up in Darrell Johnson's basement.
That's what I thought.
You did not say happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
All right, now you get your $2 bill.
No.
Stay on the line, all right?
Hey.
All right, thank you very much for your call. A public service reminder for all of you golf fans. You remember Joe Lazaro? Well, his 6th annual Joe Lazaro Celebrity Golf Tournament is being held at Marlboro Country Club August the 29th. And there will be Bruins and Patriots and Celtics and Red Sox and Lobsters and Minutemen and Chris Haynes and Jim Nance. I'll be caddying. Bob Hope is
And that's worth
supposedly
the
there.
price of admission alone. Your Sports IQ
And they'll-
staff.
Yeah, and they'll also have a preview or a premiere or whatever you'd like to call it of Miss World contest. So it should be very interesting. And if tickets are $2 and you can pick them up at your local Waltham banks or the Waltham's Lions Club. We'd also like to remind you as a public service that the Harriet Gannis Bowl game that has been canceled for the past 5 nights is being held tonight, 7 o'clock, in Lynn at the Manning Bowl. The basketball game will start at 7, and you'll get an opportunity to see Joe Bolio from Don Bosco, Ron Perry from Catholic Memorial, and all of the football stars. That game will start at 9 o'clock, and we are really like to see a great turnout up there for a very worthy cause, a Harriet Gannis Scholarship cause, and it's a very nice night, and you should get out there tonight. We have a phone call right now, 891-1330. You're on the radio.
Hi, I'm 9 years old at 1.
You don't sound like it. What year were you born in?
1967.
Which month? Real fast. August what?
24th.
You're Leo?
No.
You're Virgo?
No.
You're Joseph?
Mm-hmm.
Your name's Joseph?
Uh-huh.
You sure?
Yep.
Spell it.
Joseph.
Okay. I am sorry. You were half right on that answer, okay? You know, with the Ferguson Jenkins?
Yep.
And since you sound like such a nice 9-year-old gentleman, you just stay on the line and give your name and address to our executive producer, and we will mail you a $2 bill. If you say happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you.
Not sing it, just say it.
Happy birthday.
Thank you very much, Joseph. All right, now I'm sorry. I made a mistake. I'm not perfect.
It's okay.
All right, stay on the line. Joseph's a very nice guy. He says that's okay. And you forgive me for the mistake that I made?
You are forgiven, Doc.
Thank you, Chris. 891-1330 is the number to call, and we don't have any open lines right now, so you just have to hang on for a while. Chris, you have something to report to us?
I have something interesting that the callers might be interested in. Everyone knows Monday Night Football with Howard Cosell, Frank Gifford, and Alex Karras. Believe we have it 13 weeks. And do you know that ABC paid $11,500,000 for the rights to telecast Monday Night Football?
Is that all?
That's all.
11. You want to hear something strange from the college football ranks? You know, we're talking about Eastern college football, right? A hearing for Syracuse football coach Frank Maloney has been postponed until August 24th in a suburban Syracuse town court. Maloney has been charged with driving while intoxicated, leaving the scene of an accident, and imprudent speed, that means speeding, in the aftermath of a minor traffic mishaps, which says he tried to get away. And I guess coaching in Eastern League football, college-wise, makes you do things like
Well,
this.
Darrell, I just spent the better part of 2 weeks up in the upstate New York area, and I'll tell you, you have to definitely be intoxicated to even get by up there.
You have to be?
Just about.
Wait, how do you think Frank Mahoney will do as a coach in place of Ben Schwartzwald? I know they've
He had a hell of a season last year. They came up, they upset BC. They had a winning season. He might turn the program around completely,
They upset BC?
and they most certainly did.
Texas is going to upset BC, too. Hello, you're on the radio.
Good evening, Darrell.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Chris.
Good evening.
Darrell,
No, you cannot talk until you say happy birthday.
happy birthday.
Thank you.
30, is it?
Pardon?
30?
Yeah.
Well, you turned the corner, huh?
Nope. Still got a lot of miles ahead of me. What can I do for you?
You have a lot of miles ahead of you, Darrell, but believe me, now you start to make more frequent oil changes.
That's for sure. I was making them at 25.
Darrell,
Yes.
I'd like to make a comment on last night's Red Sox game where the kid there, Hobson, threw the ball.
No, give him a... All right, go ahead.
Yes, I will give him a break. I
All
think
right.
you know me. And the reporters and even Zimmer, I think, made a comment that he shouldn't have thrown there. He should have known the slowest runner in the league, Tommy Davis, was running. You know, of course, I never played on a professional level,
Uh-huh.
but I played quite a bit of sandlot in the city,
Right?
and mostly center field, especially in baseball, softball. And I always took it upon myself when I had a new kid in right or a new kid in left, someone who hadn't played, too frequently there,
Right?
to caution them before and, help them along type thing. And now you're talking on a professional level with all veterans in the infield, and not one man took it upon himself to, in a crucial play in the ninth inning to say, okay, if ground ball, go here, you got the slow runner, just to remind a youngster,
I agree. You know what I think sports writers and news broadcasters forget? Their first year on the job.
Yeah.
Nobody is perfect in their first year. I don't care how much you build them up. You're subject to make mistakes. And the worst way to break down a potentially great athlete is to not sensitize, that's not the word I'm looking for, but just overemphasize on a mistake like that.
Right.
You know, because I've seen 9-year veterans make the same mistake. I've seen 9-year veterans make bad throws.
Exactly.
I've seen a catcher for the Boston Red Sox not throw out anybody at second base. So, you know, there's a lot of room for improvement on everyone's part, especially broadcasters.
Well, let me ask you this then, Darrell.
Yes.
When you were playing, let's say the Patriots, didn't you on occasions, with maybe a younger kid in the defensive backfield with you, when it came up?
Have a bad defensive team, but our defensive team was real tight, and we'd all get in the huddle, and if it's 3rd and 6, which we consider a long yardage situation, we talk about what to look for.
Right.
As far as a draw play or a screen pass or a possession type of pass, and so we left the huddle, you know, looking for certain plays, even though we still might have gotten burned, we all were on the same page.
Right.
Because we're trying to win a football game.
Right. I just, you know, again, I want to emphasize the fact that Zimmer talking, you know, this is no criticism of Zimmer. He's doing a good job.
Mm-hmm.
But just the fact, instead of saying, you know, the kid didn't go, he should have known, I think Zimmer should take his shortstop or his catcher or someone and say, hey, you know, situations like this, you help out the infield, you help the new guy. He's not that familiar with the team. Hobson might never have played against Tommy Davis before.
Caller, I wholeheartedly agree with you. I think it would have been a very simple maneuver to call timeout and just pass the word around. You know, let's go to first base. This guy's the slowest runner in the league. He's got bad knees. Anything on the ground, go right to first.
Exactly.
And I think, you know, Butch Hobson's he played under Bear Bryant at Alabama, and he's a very competitive young man, and I think he'll shrug it off. If it was in the heat of the pennant race, however, I think it would have been a very damaging blow to him.
Right. And
however, being the fact that the Red Sox are so far out, you know, he's going to learn from it, and I think you're going to see a lot of the youngster in the lineup on a regular basis.
I really think, Chris, that this is a good chance for Zimmer to boost the kid's confidence, and instead Zimmer seemed to react, a human reaction, I guess.
You've got to back your players up, because as Darrell said, in their formative stages, this being his initial major league season, you break his spirit and it's going to stick with him the rest of his career. However, if you back him up, help him shrug it off, he could develop into a real great player.
Very true.
So, you know, as far as coaches, I've never got along with coaches. They're in their own bag anyway. So Zimmer might have had a reason for making that statement.
Very true.
And the reason might have been that they had the game won and that one particular mistake lost it. But I don't believe that. If the Red Sox would have scored more runs early in the game, that one particular mistake would have only cost 1 run.
That's right.
So, you know, he can jump on the rest of the team for not getting more runs before the game got to, you know, the 10th inning.
Very true.
Do you know the answer to our question?
I didn't hear it, Darrell, because I just got to work.
Oh, okay. You want me to read it to you? It's a baseball question.
Shoot.
Do you know the record for the most career no-hit and one-hit games? How many and who holds it?
Oh.
Too tough, huh?
I'd be reaching on that one, Darrell.
Go ahead and reach. You're probably right.
Bob Feller.
You reached right on the money. That's 100% correct.
Is that right?
Yes, Bob Feller.
All right. I'll be honest. I was reaching.
Well, you're a very astute baseball fan, believe me. We've asked that question to quite a few folks, and they did not know. They said Sandy Koufax and other great pitchers. But Bob Feller's correct. He threw an incredible 14.
One-hitters?
No, he threw 3 no-hitters, 11 one-hitters for a total of 14.
I know he had a reputation of coming close all the time on no-hitters, so that's the only reason I stabbed at it.
And that's pretty good for a pitcher. It's pretty good for a whole team, as a matter of fact. Well, you stay on the line and give your name and address to our executive producer, and thanks very much for calling.
Thank you.
Have a good night. 891-1330 is the number to call if you'd like to pick your category and talk about sports, and we'll be right back.
Are you still looking for that retail store that treats you as a person and not a number? Well, look no longer. Auburndale Sports Shop has always taken pride in personally serving their customers. Their aim is to see that you are not only satisfied with their product, but happy with their service. For the summer, Auburndale Sports has a large selection of tennis rackets and equipment. They also offer racket restringing and regripping. They carry most major lines of baseball and softball equipment and can replace and repair that old equipment you thought was useless, including bat regripping. For the fall season, Auburndale Sports can outfit you or your team for hockey, basketball, or football. They also shop in skates while you wait, and they will take your old skates and trade towards the purchase of new ones. So for any sport, any time of the year, Come to Auburndale Sports Shop, 419 Lexington Street, Auburndale, for the equipment you need and the service you've always wanted. Call 965-3356. We're not far from the Marriott.
There's nothing more exciting than victory in sporting endeavors. And to savor that victory, there's nothing more appropriate than a beautiful remembrance from Embassy Trophy in Waltham. For years, Embassy Trophy has offered the finest in trophies, plaques, and awards, including clocks, lamps, desk sets, and calendars, beautifully engraved for your special winners. Embassy Trophy is open daily from 9:30 to 5, or you can call for an appointment at 893-6532. That's Embassy Trophy, 479 Moody Street, Waltham.
Don't blow your cool. When the mercury starts to climb, your automobile's engine runs hotter too. Let Newton Auto Supply at 438 Lexington Street in Auburndale help you maintain an even temperature all summer long. Newton Auto offers antifreeze, Delco and Bridgeport thermostats, sealed power water pumps, and Dayco fan belts and radiator hoses. They also stock a host of cooling system chemicals and accessories. If staying cool is not your problem, then stop in at Newton Auto for any of your automotive needs. They have excellent coverage in foreign and domestic car exhaust, featuring Walker muffler and pipes. Or if you don't have hard parts in mind, let them outfit you with any number of automobile polishes and waxes. Newton Auto carries a full line of DuPont and classic car care products, always the best at the right price. They also wish to remind you that machine shop service is available. So if you're in the area, drop into Newton Auto for a helpful tip or worthwhile automotive advice. Keep them in mind next time your Chariot is in need of parts. That's Newton Auto Supply, 438 Lexington Street in Auburndale, or phone 969-1191.
Great dining can be found at reasonable prices at the Loft Restaurant, where every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday evening, the Loft features its Dinner for Two special. Start your meal with a crock of French onion soup, hot breads, and a fresh salad. For entrees, choose from such items as steak teriyaki, broiled scrod, and veal cordon bleu. All this served with potato and vegetable, and a delicious dessert ending with chocolate mousse. The entire dinner for two is served for only $9.95. Enjoy the garden atmosphere and the great food of the Loft. 2 complete dinners for $9.95. Every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday night at the Loft Restaurant, 144 Moody Street, Waltham.
Shorty, this is you. This is a Coke bottle. I don't want to be in a Coke bottle, Jack. Okay, what do you want me? Yeah, I'm going to be the piece of glass. Okay. Now, listen to this now. Arnie, go down 10 steps and cut left behind the black Chevy. Filbert, you run down to my house and wait in the living room. Cosby, you go down to 3rd Street, catch the J bus. Have him open the doors at 19th Street. I'll fake it to you. She always have one fat kid they never thought. What about me? You go long.
You're back on your Sports IQ, and you've just heard what a New York Giants huddle sounds like between plays. I'm going to throw out another question. This is movie and sports category. Now, I'm going to name the movie, and all you have to do is tell me the athlete that was the subject of this particular movie. And it's going to be very, very easy. My first movie is Monkey on My Back. 891-1330 is the number to call. The movie was Monkey on My Back. Tell me the athlete they were talking about in the movie.
Darrell, a couple of interesting items across the wire regarding football actions. Cleveland of the AFC, they've waived veteran defensive halfback Joe Beauchamp, and a surprise out of the Denver camp, a former all-star defensive halfback with the Colts, Rick Volk, well, he's been cut from the Denver Broncos. And a few early season surprises.
Yeah, Rick Volk has been all-pro for quite a few years with the Baltimore Colts, and that does come as a surprise because I don't see the Denver Bronco defensive backfield being that strong where they cannot use a Rick Volk. But for some reason, once you reach the age of 30 years old, they find you over the hill. You know, also, I would like to inform all you basketball fans that Red Auerbach is holding his Celtics rookie camp August the 21st through the 28th at Millbrook in Marshfield. So basketball season's on us, too. We got hockey going. We got baseball still going. Football season's about to turn into full swing. And a late baseball note, a private meeting of the National League owners has been scheduled in Phoenix tonight. And the league office says it has been told the conference will review the operations of the National League office. The owners have been reported critical of National League President Chub Feeney. And by the way, Chub Feeney has not been invited to the meeting, so I don't know what's up in the National League, but we'll find out tomorrow morning. Hello, you're on WHET.
Am I on now?
If you'd like to be, who would you like to talk to?
Well, first I'll give you the answer. The monkey on my back.
Okay.
Bonnie Ross.
Who was Bonnie Ross?
He was a championship boxer.
Good. I didn't know who he was. I know that's the right answer.
You don't know who he was?
No, I just asked questions for the heck of it.
Pound for pound, one of the greatest fighters in the history of the fight game.
I would say.
Please don't take me seriously. I do know a little bit about sports, and yeah, I'm familiar with Bonnie Ross.
Bonnie Ross was a great fighter. Yeah, can I try and double it now? Get another one?
No.
Especially movies.
It's a low-budget
No,
outfit.
this is a low-budget outfit. We got to give other people a chance to win $2. As a matter of fact, the last caller that just won came up with an idea of, if you didn't need a $2, that just we'd kick it all into a kitty and give it to some youth organization, and after it builds up to enough money.
Okay, it's okay. Fine.
It's okay?
Sure.
Well, we still need your name and, your address to...
For what?
Pardon?
Why do you need it?
Just to say who's making this particular $2 contribution.
Okay, I'd be glad.
Wouldn't you want to be recognized for that?
Definitely.
You like little kids, don't you?
Well, who doesn't?
Well, there's quite a few people. Those that won't go out to the Lynn Manning Bowl tonight, I'm going to consider them not liking kids.
Well,
That's a very good affair tonight.
it is a good affair, but there's so many other sporting events around. I mean, as far as see on that level, I mean, on high school football, they tend to mostly get the parents and relatives and the students. Very rarely do you get adult fans. You get a few diehards, but like every town has.
Caller, we think that's a very sad situation because although these fellows aren't professionals, most of these kids are going to go on and play a lot of college football over the next 4 years and provide a lot of entertainment for the people.
What you say is true. However, there are so many other activities in the area that it's very difficult for an adult to build up interest in a sport like that.
I'll tell you, caller, for the money, schoolboy and college sports can't be beat at any level.
You didn't say college. You said schoolboy.
I'll say schoolboy and college.
There's a big difference.
Okay, well, tonight there are no, to my knowledge, there are no college football games being contested tonight. The Red Sox are on the road.
Well, the Giants are playing the Jets. It's on the radio. There'll be more people listening in this area.
Tell them to take a radio with them.
Well, that's your job. What I wanted to ask you,
Go ahead.
What did you think about the Patriots game the other evening?
Did San Diego Charger game?
That was the game.
Nothing.
You couldn't see it, caller. They
You
only
couldn't
had
see it. They didn't have but 3 or 4 6-watt bulbs out there in Oklahoma. It was hard to see the game.
Well, I saw it.
You saw it?
Well, I saw it like you saw it.
Well, I turned it off, really. I listened to the radio.
I mean,
And
yeah, go on.
And what I thought of the game was it's just another exhibition game. I noticed a news report last night where Chuck Fairbanks was asked if he felt Steve Grogan's progress was where he would like for it to be right now, and Chuck Fairbanks still has not answered the question. I don't think the Patriots have a quarterback.
Well, I don't think they have one as good as Plunkett. However, it's not necessarily the quarterback. I don't think they have any balance. I mean, I think that Forte is, from what I've been reading and people have been saying, is a big question mark now. I don't think he's going to develop into the top flight back they were hoping for. I mean, it's funny in football. For a back, either you have it or you don't. Usually they start off with a flash and they keep it up. I mean, it's very rarely do you develop an outstanding back. Either you have it or you don't. So many great backs come in and they just became great right away. And I don't think Forte he's just going to be another run-of-the-mill back.
I think they could have made a better selection in the second round, but the jury's still not out on Ike Forte.
Jury's out. The jury. Either he has or he hasn't.
Well, they've only played 2 exhibition games.
Even so, you can see the way he's playing. You can tell Or at least they could have grabbed Washington. He was available. They didn't take him.
They could have grabbed Gordon Bell, Bubba Bean, quite a few choices,
Well,
right? But still, the jury is not out on the running back, and I think you have to give him a chance. The season hasn't started yet.
I didn't say him, but I don't think he's the answer. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, no, he's not the answer, but I don't think he's that bad a running back as far as what the Patriots
How can
have.
he be bad? He'll make the team. I mean, there's thousands of running backs in the country, and only few can. But he's not the he's not the answer. And if he can't do it, they're gonna concentrate on Cunningham. And how many games do you think Cunningham will last? When he's only he's only human. How much can he take? He's not Jim Brown.
Well,
Jim Brown. But
it remains to be seen, and I will tell you that Ike Forte will surprise you. He will. He will shock you in regular season. All right?
all right.
All right, thanks for your...
Well, do you want my name or...
Yeah,
Stay
leave
on
it.
the line.
Stay on the line, please. This is your Sports IQ. 891-1330 is the number to call. And, you know, Ike Forte, it's hard to knock a professional athlete this early in the season, in his first year. You know, I can talk about Steve Grogan because Steve Grogan's got a year under his belt, but Ike Forte is learning a new system. He's trying to adjust himself to... The guys in professional football are tougher.
It's a little different from running out of the veer. What about, I didn't see the game. I was away, of course. Alan Carter and Andy Johnson. There's a couple of fellas that could spell.
Well, let's find out what this caller thinks. Hello, you're on the radio.
Good evening again, Darrell.
What do you think of Ike Forte?
Well, that was one of my questions again.
Okay.
I did not see enough of him, obviously, the other night.
Right.
That was my question was, do you think they have enough in the backfield, or are they going to have to make a trade?
I think that they will have to make a couple of trades. As to who they will trade for, I'm not sure. You know, like, Pittsburgh is loaded in running backs. Tommy Riemann was in the WFL, and Pittsburgh's very happy with this guy, Dello Plain. And that looks like John Fuqua is in a little trouble, and Frenchie Fuqua is not a bad football player. So he'll be up for... I'm sure that Frenchie will either be released or traded. And I think he could help Sam Cunningham out. But Andy Johnson is not bad. Andy Johnson does a good job, and who's to say that Cunningham and Johnson can't play all year?
True.
Or maybe Don Calhoun might come around.
Can't forget Alan Carter.
Well, Alan Carter, it's just hard to say, sir.
My big question, though, Darrell, was the Jets are playing this evening. You're aware that's against the Giants?
Yes, sir.
Then I think they're playing again either Friday.
Friday night.
Friday.
Right.
Now, how are they going to... You played the game. What is it like? I mean, 48 hours later, playing another football game.
It's very tough. You can only do that in hockey, sir. You cannot play a football game 48 hours later.
Well, how are they going to do it?
They'll probably lose 48 hours later because they'll be tired, and it's not enough time to heal. And they should reschedule the game, or they shouldn't play the one tonight. But for the sake of money, they have to play that game tonight because they got to meet some bills.
Well, don't they have tonight's game, isn't that a charity affair somewhat?
Probably so. That's probably the only reason. I'm not sure if it's a charitable affair or not, but if it's a charitable affair, then okay, I agree. We have to break right now for a commercial, all right?
Did anyone answer the monkey on the back?
Yeah, they said Bonnie Ross.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Bye.
We'll be right back. We got to take a quick pause.
And now a message from Nautilus in Newton. Wouldn't you like to increase your athletic ability and at the same time enhance your physical appearance? Do it quickly and efficiently with Nautilus equipment. Nautilus training takes just 30 to 40 minutes a workout and increases strength, flexibility, and cardiovascular endurance. Nautilus uses full-range rotary motion with variable resistance to build your natural strength curves, and these gains are easily applied to any athletic activity. Nautilus has an intense summer program for serious athletes now underway. Come down and give Nautilus a try. You receive a free trial workout that will make you a believer in the Nautilus way to better physical fitness. That's Nautilus in Newton, 160 Charlemont Street, near Route 9 and just off Route 128, at exit 56E, Needham Street. The phone number is 965-0380. Call for more information. Arthur Blair Associates is one of Boston's most prestigious secretarial placement agencies, specializing in banking, investment, publishing, legal, and media services. And we have a problem. We have too many positions and not enough qualified applicants. Salaries range from $150 to $245 a week, covering metropolitan Boston and a 25-mile radius. Please call 723-8130 or drop in at 19 Congress Street, Boston. That's Arthur Blair Associates, 19 Congress Street, Boston. The number to call again is 723-8130. Ask for Tom Fenney.
We'd like you to know that every night Magoo Saloon, 1391 Washington Street, Route 16, West Newton Square, shows first-rate, full-length motion pictures, and there's no admission charge. Why pay from $2 to $4 to sit in one seat quietly all night when you can go to Magoo Saloon and watch a great flick while you have a drink or something to eat, talk with your friends, or even have a cigarette if you like? Plus free hot popcorn when you purchase a pitcher of beer during the movie. So stop in and pick up a movie schedule or call Magoo Saloon at 527-9553. That's Magoo Saloon, 1391 Washington Street, Route 16, in West Newton Square. You can also catch all the televised sports events on Magoo's giant screen television.
Well, coming to the close of another Your Sports IQ show, we'd like to give a special thanks to Ed Moore of Brookline, Roger Jackman of Needham, and Larry Albert of Wellesley Hills. Instead of taking the $2, they want to put it into the kitty and donate it for youth sports, and we're very appreciative of that. We'd like to... Hey, there's the gong. I like the gong. And we'd like to thank you for listening to Your Sports IQ. Jim Nance will be back on Monday for all of you listeners that are worried about it. For Chris Haynes, this is Darrell Johnson. Our executive producer is Lynn Shomley. Have a very pleasant night.
This is WHET, 1330 AM in Waltham, Massachusetts. It's 7 o'clock. Stay tuned next for the news.